God jul allihop, or Merry Christmas. Of course, Thor here from the Love Bites video, guys. How have your Christmas been so far? Or God jul, as we say right in Norse, Swedish wolf here. Could be the Fenris Ulven, perhaps, right? For that's a side note for that matter. In Norse, in Swedish one, you call wolves varg these days. Obviously, similar word, right, to wolf and varg. This is a varg then. But you used to call them ulv, okay? That's an older Norse word. And for example, the name Ylva, that is like a female wolf, right? Ulf is the male version of that. So it was like a Vinland Saga anime, right? It's Ylva in anime. That means like female wolf, right? There's an old Ulf name. And for example then, Fenrir, right? You know, the uber evil wolf thing in Norse mythology. The actual name is Fenris Ulven, right? But attempted to call him Fenrir in anime, in Japanese media, so. But the actual name is Fenris Ulven, okay? Which means it's Fenris wolf then, right? But yeah, the Ulven and so forth, right? Kind of like Midgard's Ormen isn't called Midgard. It's called the Midgard snake, right? But anyway, I digress. Now, one thing I'll say, guys, now about Christmas present, guys, important here, is that my brother, as with me, collected booster of Spider-Man, okay? Overtly expensive. Wait, this is a normal booster. This costs like 10 times more of 5. It's super expensive. But I bring it up, not just to brag, but they also got me sleeves for them, okay? And my point is just that I want you guys to promise me, like a New Year promise, something like that, right? Think about investment, think about insurance or whatever, right? Because these cards then, right? These collector cost is like, you know, $100 per card, right? Super expensive. And this is like $1 per protection, right? It's like insurance. It's so cheap to insure them, right, compared to not having that. So he gave me also that. And I think I like the money. It's important to understand, right? Think about how did you have to invest for the insurance to improve your life, right? You know what I mean? I keep talking about the half glass full guy, half empty glass last week, right? People look at the world, I keep saying it's so negative, right? And I want you guys to think about how positive it is. And with little small changes you can make your life better, right? These kind of low-hanging fruit of small improvement in life. So for example, I gave my sister last year stocks, right? I gave her a lot of stocks, okay? It's easy too because she gives me like a gift like $50, right? I can give her like $1,000 stock, right? With of course the problem she can sell them for like 10 years. And so I can give her a way more expensive gift. And more is a life lesson, right? I wanted to have that on her stock account for like 10 years, right? And see how it's gonna grow. So obviously I bought her, I won't say which that, but a big company, right? Which I'm sure will extremely likely be more money in 10 years from now because it's a very, very established company. Not that much more, but that $1,000 maybe it's like, you know, $30,000, maybe 20, right, in 10 years from now. And I want her to think about investment, right? And I want to think about money and so on. Yes, Thor is a boomer. My point is that I want to get the promise. Think about stuff like that for Christmas, right? And perhaps I tend to give people lessons and life lessons at Christmas. Something like that. But I think actually it's my family that wants to give me projects, okay? I give people like lessons as gifts, right? I want them to improve in life, whatever. And I don't mean this negatively. I don't mean it because I don't like people, right? Or I don't like my family or my daughter or whatever. So no, it's more like, no. I want them to, you know, improve, you know what I mean? And just a side note here, guys, before we get to Love Bites. Talk about it a lot like Miyako play, music, so on, right? It's nothing wrong, I think, right, to say to people I want them to improve, right? I think a lot of people don't like that word today. How can you tell your wife to improve? I don't mean it's not love her, right? Or she's a bad wife or whatever. But it's kind of like, no, but I want her to improve in this skill, right, you know? But it would be better if she was better at playing the guitar, you know what I mean? It would be better, it's like if Miyako can play 2 instruments, right, you know what I mean? So it's not about love or hating someone, right? But honestly, I find we live in a culture now where I'm not necessarily critiquing anyone because I'm trying to help them to either be better at stock investment, right? Better at saving money, better at building a house or whatever, right? It's like, no, I just want them to improve, you know what I mean? And I do the same thing to myself all the time, right, you know? And that's also one reason when I play games or play sport or whatever, right? I have never done a sport in my life not trying to get better on time, you know what I mean? Or playing a video game, I was trying to get high on the rank, right? I was looking at what should I do, how to improve, you know what I mean? I never play video games just to waste time. And that sounds weird, but I don't do that, you know? I always think about how can I improve in the current situation? What can I learn from this thing, right? That's why I like it like StarCraft, but I can look at the replays, like what did I do wrong? How can I improve in that? How can I improve my timings, my marker, you know what I mean? So, what do you think about that? But yeah, I like giving people gifts that makes them improve, right? And then that's not an insult to them. It's like, I think, like, oh, I like you, you're very good at this one skill, this will help you with that skill, right? Or whatever, yeah, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just the most annoying person ever because I always expect greatness from people, right? And my dad has to give me stuff that I have to master, like weapons or whatever. Yeah, my mom gives me weapons, I have to train on them. Like seriously. Yeah. Anyway, the Love Bites, guys. Long intro, but Christmas intro is important in life, okay? Yeah, so it looks like really cool, like a badass wolf in the beginning, right? Or Ulv, as I call it, guys. Fender is Ulven. Let's go. Bam. Okay, immediately high tempo. I'm pausing immediately there, but that was the classic, the first music video did. Yeah, because I mean, of course I reacted to most of the videos now, and I recognize that. So it is gonna be like an amalgamation, a mixture of different videos then. Go back here a few seconds. So this is the first, this is the Don't Buy the Dust, which it throws water at the annoying manager, you know, very classic Japanese setting, right? You know, with like a super annoying, kind of weird, old, grumpy man, and she's like, I hate this guy, right? So maybe this is gonna be a mixture of the other videos. So the wolf thing is some other story, right? But let's see. I'm guessing it's gonna be like different videos about in the past. Yeah, because now it's the trip to UK, right? This is obviously the Beatles thing. Yeah, this is in London and they're doing, you know, the... so this is the classic Beatles album, right? That is like, super famous, right? You can even see, of course, the red bus in the background, the double-decker, right? You see it all the time. I was very close to this street. I was in the UK like a few months ago, earlier this year. But I was in London as well. But actually, this is another video, but I was in Bath for a week, yeah, which was really cool. I throw it out, guys. That was really cool. Okay, going to Bath. So if you know what Bath is, right, it's named from Bad, right? Same in Swedish, which of course is this Roman city with all these architecture, and of course I went to the museum and stuff like that. Right? The museum was great. The museum was much larger than I expected. Okay, so you have this classic Roman bath and all this stuff, whatever. But yeah, so I was close to this street also, for that matter. I was in London a few days then, but Bath was cool. I mean, sorry for the slide there, but I've been in London, right? Not be that guy, but I've been in London like 10 times. You know what I mean? I lived in London for like a short time, for like a month or so, and I also been in like a mansion for like a week outside of London with work for like 10 years ago. So I've been in London many times, right? You know, sound like I'm such a globetrotter, but I feel, you know, someone like me, right, that is from Europe, you know, my cousin lived in London for like 10 years, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you can with your cousin, you can live in the street, yeah. You know, I don't know, but as a European, it's like you always have some family member living in London. Right, you know what I mean? So my cousin was in Google in London for like 15 years, right? Like, you know, I can always go to his place, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know, this is how it's in Europe, right? It's like I have another family member lives in Paris, that's 5 actually in Paris. You know, one lives in Madrid, one that lives in Rome, you know, that's kind of how it is in Europe. You always have a cousin or someone or a sister or someone living in some city in Europe. Seriously, it's like, I feel I have like one family member per capita in like 10 different capitals in Europe, and it keeps going, but yeah. Sorry for pausing, but I mean, we just talked about it last video, right? A few days ago. So this is earlier this week. So earlier this week, I did the Crusade, and this is clearly from the Crusade, right? Because it was just a scene that I paused in the Crusade. Yeah, this is just the scene I had when I was talking in the review part about Crusade. So yeah, this is clearly a bunch of different. I mean, obviously UK is on. Yeah, a bunch of different like amalgamation of different videos in modern past, right? Absolutely. Yeah, I learned from the word Crusade because it's like a journey too. Yeah, this is pretty cool, all the sites do, and there's definitely a lot of different cool avenues for it. This is obviously the Shining Great Wall. Yeah, I've been a kid. Yeah, this is obviously Great Wall. This is obviously the UK trip. Yeah, this I've been there. Yeah, this is what that road there, the gate is so perfect. Oh, the classic samurai one. It's my favorite one. Yeah, I love this one. Midori. The Midori. This is in my favorite music video, probably, you know, from LOVEBITES. You know, this is the Midori has to be that. She looks like Baiken, okay? I love Baiken. If you know what Baiken is, I have, whatever, let me show you guys. I actually have this huge Baiken poster over there, right? Baiken is the coolest character from Guilty Gear. She's this badass one-armed samurai lady with, of course, you know, she's blind in one eye, right? So as soon as I saw Midori in that video, right, where she's like a samurai lady, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Midori in one eye! I'm like, isn't it Baiken? Right? I just want to point it out. No, but yeah, the samurai Shishin video is still probably the best music video. It looks so badass, and Midori is like the perfect Baiken, man. It's like we have to do a live version of Guilty Gear, and she can play Baiken then. You should make her hair pink right there, but she looks, I think honestly, Midori looks a lot like Baiken. Even with ignoring the eye part, they had kind of the same body shape, yeah. But Baiken has some, Baiken is like enormous, but I was like, yeah. But otherwise, they have kind of the same body, you know. Midori is very well trained and so on. Yeah, they actually look very similar. But anyway, back to the music video. But that's one reason why I love it, because oh my god, it's Baiken. So yeah, it's an obvious reason why I love this video so much. But also, of course, I'm a guardian, you know. I'm a Shiro guardian. I do love Japanese storytelling and samurais and ninjas, of course, it doesn't, right? So I'm a sucker for this thing, especially like hot samurai ladies, man. It's like there's something amazingly badass with like samurais. It's just, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's what it is. You know, the kid in me is always like samurais are cool, and it's like waifu samurais even cooler. it's something like that. It never stops being cool, man. Okay, one of the games I'm looking for someone is Neo 3 next year. I love Neo. I'm so excited for Neo. I think it's coming out pretty early next year. It's probably been might be my favorite game this year. I love Neo 1 and 2. Anyway, let's keep going, but yeah, freaking love. I love samurais, okay? Whatever. Honestly, this is a great music video. It's all the best hits at the same time. Yeah, it's really great and how it does so many times. Honestly, guys, I'm really happy I didn't jump into this music video earlier, yeah. Maybe that's why no one recommended it. I don't know. I don't think many people have recommended Nameless Warrior. Maybe that's why. Leave a comment below, guys. That's why you have hidden it from me. Because this clearly was an amazing amalgamation and a recap of all the other ones. One of the first videos I ever did this year, right, of LOVEBITES, when I got into the band, right, was of course this search, this search scenery. And I'm a sucker for churches. Oh, I am, Japanese stuff, samurai, but also I like going to, Florence and going to churches, Rome and so on, absolutely. No, but I like the scenery. Sounds like it's an interesting band, right, And honestly, it felt kind of cool sitting here now, because I have seen most of the videos now. I only have like Swan Song left, I think, genuinely, maybe a few others, but from the big hits. Leave a comment below if I missed something, but I think I have seen most of their music videos now, except Swan Song. I'm sure, of course, I haven't heard all the tracks, right, but from like their bigger music videos. And this was really cool, because it felt like, because I kind of, maybe binge watching it isn't the right word for it, right? But I think because I have recently, so to speak, with the LOVEBITES, again, just this year, I have seen all of their music videos, progressively. I reviewed them, reacted to them, right, just in the recent months, right? So this was really cool. It felt like I just watched a giant recap of my own memories, remembering, oh yeah, that's the scene where Midori looks like Baiken, Midori badass, kind of like that. Oh my god, this is a great short shiver I saw me again. You know what I mean? So this was really great. This felt really fun, honestly. This was like the perfect kind of like end of the year here. Completely random, of course. I mean, honestly, I don't. I hate fake reactors, right? I say it so much, right, with my dear friend, those one passion reactors and so on. I really, really hate fake reactors. So I don't look at it at all, guys, okay? I do not look at the videos before I start doing my videos. The only thing I do, right, is that sometimes I will go into a video, right, from the LOVEBITES or Bandmade or whatever, and I will just find like a cool first scene, right? Usually it's Midori. I'll be like, oh, that's Midori, and then I start the video, right, because I want to have like a badass, tape, but I don't go in and I don't watch the video before, so I can do like a fake reaction, right? Oh, this scene is great or whatever. No, I kind of just jump in like this, look at using this thing very quickly. Oh, that's Midori, bam. Then I kind of jump in there, this is good, and I talk, right? So I have no idea this is going to be like a cool recap. So honestly, the perfect fitting ending the year here. I almost wish this video was out now on New Year's Eve. Yeah, but it feels like a perfect recap of the year of getting into LOVEBITES. Really, really does. Yeah, I was like, man, this is better than expected. No, but genuinely, I was like, man, this fits perfectly, right, for what we're doing here. And like I said, I'm happy, genuinely, surprisingly happy how this like fits perfectly into it, because I mean, obviously I couldn't have seen this video and enjoyed it as much before this, but yeah, it feels like serendipity. I guess this is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, serendipity, where you can accidentally walk into greatness, something like that, right? Yeah, but it was great. I really liked it, and I think it especially was better because I had just kind of binged everything. And it gave me a recap of all the best scenes or whatever. I think so. More so than that, yeah. Of course, not every music video is here, and obviously this video isn't done yesterday, so of course they have all the videos afterwards, right? But no, it was good, and I think it was a lot better than Crusade, right? I was a little bit negative with Crusade, like I said in the Crusade video earlier this week. I really liked the song. It's a great song, but I felt the Crusade had kind of, you know, it was like kind of a basic music video. It didn't feel very interesting. This here felt much cooler when they have the wolf thing happening. There's this, like, you know, nameless warrior wolf that is never gonna quit, that's gonna keep fighting. There's a little bit story about that, right? And then, of course, in between this animating scene, we have a bunch of different cool, like, best of LOVEBITES, right? So, yeah, this was a really cool music video, and the song was great too. This is probably one of the best ones. But I think this is a little bit biased, though. To be fair, I just have to be, you know, always right, honest reactor. That's my thing, right? Overtly honest. Like I said, this feels very much like in on the joke kind of thing. I don't know if that makes no sense, right? But like I said, I think this is arguably their best music video, visually standpoint. But you really have to have seen the other videos, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if I hadn't seen like 20 other music videos before this thing this year, right, recently, this probably wouldn't be that good. You have to get, this is very much like, you have to be a hardcore LOVEBITES fan, right? To understand all the scenes or whatever, understand them, but you know what I mean, to enjoy them more, right? So it's in that sense, these kind of music videos, I think, are interesting. It's very much like for the fans, by the fans kind of feel to it, right? It wouldn't be that good if you were a completely new fan, but I don't think it's wrong with that, though. I just want to, you know, again, be very honest, right? And I think that there's also a little bit of risk when you make something like this, right? Like a callback to previous stuff. Because obviously, then this the viewers is in the eye of the beholder, right? You know, is how much is the viewer aware of all the stuff we're covering, right? That makes it a little bit different. Now, of course, like I said, I liked it because, yeah, I saw it all right. But I always wonder, you know what I mean? I always wonder when I do this kind of stuff, right? A video like this, I always wonder, like, how would I have felt if I had seen this video as the first or second one or whatever, right? Would I always turn it off then? I probably would have, honestly, right? I probably would have. I think this probably would be my mindset to it. If I started doing a reaction to Nameless Warrior, let's say, like 3 months ago, I probably would have stopped doing the reaction and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this video later. That's probably what I would have done, guys. Yeah, as I feel otherwise probably would ruin the video, right? And then it would be a little bit like almost fake reaction when I started the reaction and then stop it. But I think that's probably my solution. I would be waiting it. It said earlier in the video, right? I'm good with investment, delayed gratifications. I'm good at this waiting for good stuff, you know. And it never takes too much time, you know, waiting for something you actually enjoy, so to speak, right? So I think that I've always been like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna like wait. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for it, and then we're gonna. Yeah, I think that's what I would have done, guys. If I know myself, yeah, I think I would be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna wait, right, until the final moment. Anyway, guys, hope you have a great Christmas, and of course, Happy New Year's, and make that New Year promise to me, right? Now let's see. I might have more time to make more videos later this week. We will see. Otherwise, I said earlier this year, guys, leave a comment below if you want me to look at other bands, right? Because it's pretty straightforward, right? I have vacation now, of course, but I still have 2 more weeks, okay? I have a lot of vacation where I work, so I still have, like, I have too many days left, okay? So I still have, like, more than 2 weeks vacation after this, which is badass, which is amazing. I can spend most times playing badass video games, like, and go to the gym or whatever. But it's like, I have a lot of free time, basically. So I want to start getting into some new bands, too, right? So I'm going to try to find something new as well to react and review, because I'll have so much more free time for like 2 weeks, right? And I want to make more videos and so on, of course, then, right? And otherwise, of course, prepare for. But also, I'm gonna prepare for the next year by doing like my top 10 best anime, top 10 best games. I want to make some top lists, right? Which I tend to do then. So that's one reason why I take vacation too, because I do enjoy sitting down like for a week after the year's over and do like my tops. And one reason why I do it isn't just because I want to get views on YouTube or whatever, right? But it's kind of like I like to do those separate top 10 games because it makes me think about the games that have been published, right? What they have meant, what they have changed or whatever. And it makes me, you know, I think thinking about creative stuff and improve stuff, and same thing with like, you know, top best anime music this year or whatever. Making those kind of videos every year, right? Because like, it makes me think about why is a good song for? Why is this a good like music video? Why is animation good here for? What does it mean, right? So it helps me with my work, honestly, sitting down there. So I should get paid on vacation, clearly, because I spend most of my vacation thinking about creative stuff anyway. No, but honestly, yeah, I'm working there, but I spend most of my, you know, free time still thinking about creative stuff. Let's be honest here. But anyway, guys, see you guys, happy Christmas and Happy New Year's.